How's everyone tonight? We have got a lot of memorabilia to open and a case of cards. So yeah, we got a little something for everybody coming up tonight. And I'm trying to get chat to load on my iPad, but you know what? It's acting stupid. We know how it does some nights. So give me just a second while I try one more time to get this crazy thing. Why is this doing this? It's still just taking me to the wrong place, and I don't know why. All right, well, while I'm continuing to mess around with chat, let's go over some information here. So first things first, feedback, right? I get asked this a lot. My feedback is completely automated on eBay. So basically what that means to you is that you never have to wait on me. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you should instantly get it in return. If, on the other hand, you feel like leaving negative feedback or neutral feedback or something like that, shoot me a message, let's try to work it out. Let's talk about it. I'm actually very fair and reasonable, and I try really hard to do the right thing. So as long as you're fair and reasonable and try really hard to do the right thing, we should get along fine. Next, thank you. Thanks to everyone who bids with me, breaks with me, chats with me, you guys that come and hang out. I appreciate having you here, and I'm glad that you're joining me this evening or later, as the case may be, if you happen to be watching the upload. Taking a look right now at the breaks that are coming up over the next 5 days. This is the stuff that's already listed on eBay. So we've got a lot more football jerseys coming up. We've got autographed baseball jerseys. We're going to get back into some Series 2 jumbo baseball Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night. We'll do another one of the autographed batting helmets that we're going to do tonight. We'll do another one of those on Friday night. On Saturday, we've got loads of stuff, and everything on Saturday is completely free shipping. So there's a football jersey, there's some 2010 plates and patches, some timeless treasures from a couple of different years in basketball, another three-peat basketball box, and an autographed baseball bat. I about didn't get the bat part out. We haven't done an autographed baseball bat in a while, probably since sometime last year. So we'll do a few of those starting again Saturday night. Sunday, more memorabilia, mini helmets, autographed football jerseys, and some Series 2 that will start coming out of hobby instead of jumbo when we get to Sunday night. So that is what the days ahead look like. Let's take a look at what tonight has in store for us. So this is the order that we're breaking in as well. So it's going to be the mini football helmet, the three-peat basketball box, the Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, the autographed full-size batting helmet, then Finest baseball, the case of Finest. So if you're here for Finest, I'm going to say you probably have about 30 minutes before we get started. That's give or take 5 or 6 minutes, but I'm guessing probably about 30 minutes. Of course, I'd love to have you, hang out with us, and you can watch all the other breaks too. But if you do have, if you're just interested in Finest, you probably got about a half hour. The other thing to note on this page, our first 4 breaks tonight are completely free shipping. And anytime you do a break with me that is completely free shipping, it's going to go out generally 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Occasionally I can get it out sooner than that, but let's use that as a starting point. So right now, anticipating Monday for these first 4 breaks tonight as your shipping date. If it gets out earlier, so much the better. Our paid shipping break tonight, that is the Finest, the case of Finest baseball, and I believe I will get that out the door to you on Friday. If I can get it out faster than that, of course I will, but right now I think Friday looks pretty reasonable. And the last little piece of information, I know it's a lot of stuff, but you know what? Hey, you got to cover it because, well, you just should. People don't read things always in the description. I'm guilty of it too sometimes, so just better to make sure we're all on the same page. Consolation cards. So if you are in one of these first 4 breaks and you don't pull anything in your break, you don't pull an item or a card or whatever the case may be, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card for your team. It can be from any year. It can be from any series. It's just a single card. I track that stuff for a rolling 90-day period. Normally, the next time you have a package that goes out where you have hit something, I will look back through the past 90 days. I'll pick out anything where you didn't have something pulled and shipped, and I will send you a trading card for that team in that package. If you want that sent sooner by itself, you don't want to wait until the next time you hit something, you should send me a message on eBay and we'll work out the details. So first up tonight, 2018 Gold Rush Series 2 autographed mini football helmet, break number 17. Everything we're opening tonight has completely the wrong date on there. It ended tonight the 19th, and why in the world do I have it saying the 25th? I have no idea. So let's just fix that real quick. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. And is today even Monday? Today's Tuesday, isn't it? What is today? It's Tuesday. I've got the whole thing wrong here. So let's... Okay, well, clearly we had a little snafu there, didn't I? So let me just get that sorted out. Now that looks more like it. So everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, the 19th of June, Tuesday night, the 19th. And of course, you will see a format that you're probably very familiar with by now, which is our team names are on the left. The winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And of course, one of those spreadsheets is going to go up before each and every break. So if you're not in this break, you're going to get a chance to see your name up there in lights momentarily. And I'm going to I'm switching the camera around. I'm going to kind of pause you right there for a hot second because I have to fix all these dates. So it won't take me but a second, but I'm going to fix these the rest of the way down the spreadsheet. And then we'll get rolling here. I don't know what in the world I did right there. The whole thing wrong. Day of the week wrong. The date. My goodness. Clearly, multitasking was not my friend this evening. Am I right? Okay. I think that is all settled now. So one more little thing to do, and that is I'm changing the focus here. You're going to see the background go out of focus a little bit, but everything in the foreground should still be in focus, and that's what we're going to need to see everything with tonight anyway. And I see Greg and Bills and Coins in here. And Greg, it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. Bills and Coins says it's Wednesday. Oh, it can't be. Oh, Bills and Coins, you must be in another time zone. Because I did check after I had everything wrong there on the spreadsheet. I was like, oh my gosh. So I grabbed my cell phone. So it is definitely Tuesday here. But it sounds like it's Wednesday in whatever part of the world you are in, Bills and Coins. So we have a hit for the Vikings. I am not 100% sure whose signature that is on there. You have a JSA authentication sticker on the back, a JSA authentication card inside. The good news is when you get this, if you have the Minnesota Vikings, you can go to the website, type in the number that's on that card, and it will tell you exactly whose signature that is and what day they signed it and all that stuff. So, Minnesota Vikings hit the mini helmet tonight. All right, guys, so we are now rolling into some three-peat basketball. And you know what? Change this again because I think that was too far in the opposite direction. We're going to try it right there. See if that makes me feel happier when we see the next item that comes out. You probably saw this just a second ago, right? And if you did not, please take a moment and look up there at the screen right now. Take a look at what your shipping date is, as well as the info about the consolation cards. 2018 Hit Parade Series 2 three-peat basketball box. This is break number 3. And the box is going to have in it an autographed basketball jersey, an autographed basketball, and an autographed picture. And of course, it ended tonight. I got it right this time, Tuesday night, the 19th of June at 10 Eastern. And of course, well, it didn't end at 10 Eastern. We started live streaming at 10 Eastern. And of course, same format. Teams on one side, bidders on the opposite. Anything that doesn't sell tonight looks just like that. It will say no bids, buyback. So anytime you see that, you know that that is an orphan team. Nobody loved it or wanted it or gave it a forever home. Oh, Bills and Coins says that it's an internet joke about Wednesday. I don't know. I must have been absent that day because I don't know that one. I'm out of the loop on that one, Bills and Coins. Oh, and Jeff, you said, or Jeffrey, I always want to shorten names. Jeffrey, you said your birthday was yesterday. So happy belated birthday to you. And happy actual birthday to Greg. So we got lots of birthdays in the room tonight. Oh, Gina, you couldn't see the spreadsheet. You know what? I've already cut the plastic on this. I tell you what, though, I will put it back up there for you in a second, okay? Let's go ahead and look at what's in here, because you know I don't like to cut away from the live feed after I've cut the plastic on something or started opening a box. But I will definitely put that spreadsheet back up there for you, Gina, in a second, and we'll find out. I should tell you the truth, I know you're in some stuff tonight, but I honestly could not tell you what team off the top of my head. All right, let's look at our basketball first. I don't know why they wrap these in paper, but they do. And there's our card, authentication card is stuck right to it, so I guess they use some kind of double-sided tape or something. It's a Steiner Sports, and who the heck is that? Who is that? Well, it's got to be a Nick, right? Because it looks like it says once a Nick, always a Nick. Let's see if the bag itself has anything inside of it. Sometimes they put a little sticker in there. Oh, it's Charles Oakley. Okay, cool. Charles Oakley had a little dust up last year with the Knicks. Y'all remember that? He got thrown out of the arena and everything. It was a whole thing. So it is Steiner Sports authenticated, inscribed once a Nick, always a Nick. I guess it wasn't double-sided tape there, just stuck there somehow, who knows. And it is Charles Oakley. So that is the basketball part of the three-peat. Let me get that back in its little carry case. And of course, there's your COA that'll be in there with your basketball. Now, our jersey, is this going to be Tayshaun Prince? It says Prince on it, and I'm thinking well, I guess he's not the only Prince, might not be Tayshaun Prince, but there's your signature, a JSA authentication card, and, I mean, I would think this is Tayshaun, but let's make sure. So yeah, Pistons, and look at that. We got a nice authentic jersey. We've been having good luck this last week or so pulling the authentics. So you got the Adidas, the Logo Man, the whole shebang on there. So that's a cool little hit there for the Detroit Pistons and Tayshaun Prince. Once again, there's another look at the signature itself. And I will put that little card kind of folded up within the jersey. So when you get it, if you have the Pistons, when this shows up at your house, please make sure that you find that authentication card before you throw out all the packing materials, just to make sure, okay? And last but not least, we have a Celtic, and I'm going to probably have to pick, I'm going to have to pick that up a little bit because it's too big. There you go. So the signature was John Havlicek, Havilleck. It's Hollywood Collectibles is your COA. They've just got it stuck down in the back of the top loader there. So the Celtics with the photograph, and of course Tayshaun Prince and the Detroit Pistons hit the basketball. Or Tayshaun Prince and the Detroit Pistons hit the jersey. Charles Oakley and the Knicks hit the signed basketball. So that is our box of three-peat basketball. Let me get all this moved around, and then we'll move on to the next. Okay, I think we got all that jazz out of the way now. And oh, you want to see the spreadsheet again? I remember that. Hold on here, Gina. And three-peat, you were asking me about the Clippers, right? Right there. Is that your eBay username? You know, I'm really bad at remembering real name versus username, but there is the Clippers. I think that is your eBay username, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. All right, if you hadn't looked at this by now, or you joined late, please do take a moment. It gives you your projected shipping date and information about consolation cards if you are not pulled in this break that is coming up. And this is 3 boxes of 2018 Onyx Preferred Players Autograph Baseballs. This is a full inner case. It's break number 17. It ended tonight, June 19th. Live streaming tonight, June 19th. Several teams in here are not on the checklist. You guys probably noticed I have the checklist as part of the description, both written at the bottom and also you can see it in the pictures. So any team that was not on the checklist, I did not list for sale. So those are designated as no hits not listed, right? Pretty self-explanatory. Now, the thing you got to know about this is that out of, what did I say this was? The 17th case we've opened. Out of the 17, we've probably had 3 different times where we pulled a ball that wasn't on the checklist that Onyx provided. And actually maybe 4 times. And 1 or 2 of those times, the player was still with a team that had been listed, so it was no problem. We just looked up the player and awarded it to that team. But there were a couple of times when it was a player that was on a team that wasn't even, you know, listed as having a hit at all. So hopefully that's not going to happen tonight, but it has happened a couple of times for whatever weird reason. This is truly the last of this Onyx Preferred Players, because everybody I buy from is out now. All my distributors, all my little secret sources, everybody's completely out of these. But if it is like last year, they'll do a new set of them for the National, which is, what, in August? Is it the first part of August this year? End of July, 1st of August, somewhere in there. Onyx usually does another Preferred Player set with a slightly different checklist right before the Nationals. I have no idea who that is. I don't even have a guess for that one. Has 2 authentications. There's a JSA sticker and, of course, the Onyx sticker. You know I always like to try and guess who they are first. There's your Onyx card. It has a little bend in it. It was kind of bent up against the baseball. Ditto with the JSA authentication. Also bent up. Ditto with the little Onyx insert. Also bent. And this is Mike Zunino. Is he an Indian? I want to say he is, but that might be wrong. Let me look on the checklist here. Hopefully he's on here. Oh, where are you, buddy? Are you not on here? Oh, that's going to make me so sad if he's not. And he is not on here, so I'm going to have to go look him up. Not right this second. We're going to look at our other 2 first, and then I'll go look that up, and I will see what team that goes to. So it'll, of course, go to his current team, whoever his current team is. Oh, Bob says he's a Mariner, so I was way off. I don't know why I thought he was an Indian. Okay, next out. Wouldn't that seem like that would be Christian Yelich, right? May not be, but that's who I would guess. And there's your Onyx authentication. There is a PSA DNA authentication, so double authenticated once again. There's your Onyx card. Here is your PSA DNA card. And coming along with it, hey, I got one right. Christian Yelich. Yay, good for me. I'm so happy I got one right. Out of, what, 17 cases, I've gotten it right like twice or something. I mean, I'm always wrong. Is he on our checklist? Yeah, he's on there as a Brewer. So, headed to the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, somebody else has jumped in there and also said it's Mariners on the, you know, I can't say his name right. Zunio. It's not how you say it, but anyway, so apparently he is a Mariner. And last but not least, hey, that's Joe Adell. That's a nice hit. That's a really nice hit for the Angels, and I'm quite certain that's Joe Adell. There's your Onyx authentication, a PS or a JSA authentication, and Onyx matching JSA, and confirmation that it's Joe Adell, and it is Joe Adell, and that's an excellent little hit for the Angels. I know you were after Shohei if you had the Angels, but Joe Adell is a very nice consolation prize in my opinion. So Adell headed to the Angels. Now, Christian Yelich, who is on the checklist as a Milwaukee Brewer. So that is, of course, post-trade, and we do go by the checklist. So Brewers for the Christian Yelich. And then the Zunino, you know, okay? You know I can't say it. So anyway, you guys looked it up while we were while I'm live streaming here, and you said that he is, in fact, a Mariner. Of course, you know I always check that stuff out before I ship it out the door if they're not on a checklist, but I'm going to take Bob and St. Louis Baseball Card's word for it that he is, in fact, a Mariner. And that, my friends, is how that goes. So that is, sadly, the last of the Onyx preferred players. For now, unless they come out with more at the National. And Gina, you are asking me, the football jersey I break lists Flutie as a headliner on the jersey. Well, it depends on what jersey it is, Gina. So if Doug Flutie, I mean, you know, if it comes out on a jersey for whatever team, then of course it would go to that team, right? So I don't know what team he would be on. I would have to see the jersey. If you're asking like if he were a collegiate, if it was a collegiate thing or something like that, if you go down to the bottom of any of my listing descriptions, there's a whole area down there. It's called Special Circumstances, and it talks about all of that stuff, like what happens if it's a collegiate jersey, what happens if it's a retired player, etc., for all the what I would call non-standard things. So we would have to, of course, see what team's jersey it was, and if it wasn't on a team's jersey or we couldn't determine it, there's also a section in custom in the Special Circumstances about custom jerseys. Then we would move on down the line accordingly. Okay, guys, so this is the Hit Parade Series 3 autograph full-size batting helmet coming up, and probably you've seen this by now, but just in case you haven't, once again, free shipping break. Projecting it to ship on Monday. If it gets out quicker than that, so much the better. And of course, consolation cards. If you're not pulled in this break, you would get a consolation card. Typically, I track that for 90 days. Would send it the next time you have a package going out. You want it sent sooner, let me know. We'll work it out. So 2018 Hit Parade Series 3 autographed full-size batting helmet. Break number 1. First time I've decided to break a batting helmet, so we'll see how they go. And of course, again, 6/19, everything ended tonight, June 19th. And of course, we're live streaming it tonight as well. And there's a couple things in here that didn't sell. And you'll see once again, those are noted as no bids buyback. So anytime you see that, that just means it's an orphan team. No one gave it a forever home. So anything comes out for it, it's going to stay here with me. Otherwise, going to go out the door to one of you guys. Bills and Coins says he hit 2 of the baseballs. That's pretty awesome. And Gina says you were being funny because his longest tenure was in Canada. I thought you were seriously asking me, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't pulled it because I don't know what team they have him in there for. So, and you never know with some of these. You know, sometimes a player that's been on multiple teams, they might come out of one break for one team, and you might break it another time. They come out for a different team. I mean, some of this stuff you just don't know until you get it opened up. I made a lot of noise with that. I'm sorry. Bills and Coins. Anytime anything ships, it's going to have a tracking number. unless it is that you're just asking for a consolation card to be sent by itself. I print the labels through eBay, so when the label is printed, it's going to add the tracking number to the order history, and it should also generate for you an email. I believe it generates an email, but it definitely updates and adds to the order when it goes out the door. So this is the Arizona Diamondbacks. If I had to guess, I would say that might be Jake Lamb. There is a COA of some sort up here in the helmet. I don't know, some kind of MLB authentic hologram sticker in there. And then there's a JSA authentication on the back. So we actually have an authentic batting helmet, which is pretty cool. There's your JSA card that goes alongside. And let's find out. Yeah, it is Jake Lamb. All right. So Jake Lamb and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Our very first, our inaugural break, if you will, of the full-size batting helmets. So awesome. We had fun with our memorabilia tonight. Let me get this bad boy back in its carrying case here. Doesn't really want to go. It's kind of arguing with me, this batting helmet. There we go. Now it's back in there. And I guess that puts us up for finest. So let's see, how'd I do? I estimated it would take us 30 minutes to do all that. How long did it take us? 28 minutes. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I'm getting better with estimating. Getting better. You would think after this amount of time, right? Okay, so coming up now, this is of course on a slightly different shipping schedule because it's a paid shipping break for Topps Finest. I'm projecting it to go out the door on Friday. I think there's a possibility it gets out the door faster than that, but Friday is definitely the safest bet. And of course, it ended tonight. We're live streaming it tonight, June 19th. Same format. Team names on one side, your name in lights across from it if you are the winning bidder. And one team not sold, designated no bids buyback. That's the Tigers. Nobody wanted the Detroit Tigers tonight. In general, though, Topps Finest went low again tonight. The last case went pretty low, and this case is gone. I think this case actually even went lower than the one the other night. So, you guys are going to get some bargains tonight. Let's just hope that we find the major heat in here, right? Because that's what makes it good about getting a nice low price when you're bidding. You got to pull the hits to go along with it, right? All right, so Finest is comprised of 8 master boxes per case. That's what you see lined up back there. Each one of our master boxes has 2 mini boxes in it. And then each one of our mini boxes will have an autograph card in it. So 2 autographs per master box, 1 per mini box. Basically, they just like to use a lot of packaging over there at Topps on certain things. This is one of them. We'll find all kinds of parallels, numbered things, inserts, and whatnot as we go along. We'll kind of talk about those as we come upon them. There's a couple of insert. Well, actually, I guess there's just one that's brand new this year. Sitting Red wasn't an insert last year. We'll have a couple of different case hits. One of them is the Finest Careers die cut for Cal Ripken Jr. And we should find 2 of those per case. And our other case hit we always find is Finest Hours. So we'll have 1 autograph card that will say Finest Hours on it per case generally. And Dean says he would like to hit Frank Thomas tonight. You know what? We hit a nice Frank Thomas autographed jersey not that long ago. So, yeah, you know, Frank Thomas has been in the groove lately, hanging around. I decided I better lay some sleeves out before we get started so I don't have to fumble around trying to find them in a minute. Now we're ready to rock and roll. This is the last of Finest, so no more of this on hand. Cornerstone's Cody Bellinger, and right off the bat, we're going to pull our case hit Finest Hours. And oh, nice! It's Ozzie Smith, and it's going to be numbered to 50. So Ozzie Smith, number 39 of 50, and I have always liked Ozzie Smith, so I'm a fan of that hit. I think that was a nice way to start off our final case of Finest, with the St. Louis Cardinals hitting Ozzie Smith to 50. Sadly, though, Dean's now like, oh well, his bubble is burst. I'm sorry, it wasn't Frank Thomas. Sitting red, this is the insert I was talking about earlier that is new this year. Joey Gallo, that is a base refractor. None of the cornerstones are sitting reds refract as a general rule. If they're signed or something, they might, but just as a whole, if they're the base ones, they really don't. Adam Jones to 150, blue parallel for the Orioles. And of course, right behind it comes another one of our case hits, a Finest Careers die cut for the Orioles. Get a little stack going for those. So the first box, we hit 2 case hits. Tim Beckham, that is a base refractor. So there's nothing new coming out this week. Many or most or all of you probably know that already. But next week, we are loaded up. And I have not seen any date changes come through. So we may really get all this like that. And by all this, I mean the following. We're due to get both Stadium Club and Inception Baseball on Wednesday of next week, as of the last calendar that I saw. And then we will follow that up 2 days later with Museum Collection coming out on Friday of next week. And then on top of all of that, we're also going to have Elite Football coming out on Wednesday. That is the first one of the year that happens to have our rookies in their Major League uniforms. They're in Major League, they're NFL uniforms. I'm mixing my sports. Rafael Devers' Finest First Moments. Those inserts mostly don't refract, but they're also not ultra common, so usually point them out when we hit them. Tommy Pham to 250 in the purple parallel. And then, even aside from all of that, Carlos Santana base refractor, we're also due to get Leaf autographed football jerseys next week if the calendar holds. They're due out next Friday, I think. So we have got loads and loads of stuff in the pipeline. Oh, Inception, you are quite correct. Inception is way pushed back. I mean, it was supposed to be in March. They've had 2 or 3 different dates for it. Brandon Woodruff is our second autograph out for the Brewers. Yes, Brian, the first autograph was a case hit. You might have, if you jumped in late, you might not have heard me mention that, but it certainly is. Our first hit out was the Finest Hours case hit autograph, Ozzie Smith, for the Cardinals, numbered to 50. And then, of course, we had the other case hit as well in that first mini box with one of the die cuts for Cal Ripken Jr. Second one of those will show up somewhere before we get out of the case, but that was the first one anyway. And yes, I don't know what is going on with Inception. I mean, it always comes out super early, you know, March-ish. So to be at the end of June is odd in and of itself. And then to release it on the same day that they release Stadium Club and 2 days before they do Museum Collection is also odd. Which is why I keep thinking one of those 3 products will change its date again. But so far I haven't seen anything that indicates that. But sometimes, you know, they don't come out and tell you that until just a few days ahead of time. So I would say we ought to know by the end of the week for sure what we're looking at. But at the very least, we will have elite football and probably 2 of those 3 baseball products, maybe all 3 of them. Of course, Stadium Club is cool because it has different photography and stuff. Museum Collection is always cool because there's fun relics and things in it. And Inception, though, is probably my favorite out of those 3. I always like opening Inception. It's so much fun. Dominic Smith to 250 purple parallel for the Mets. And last year, we pulled so much stuff from Matt Olson base refractor for the A's of Mike Trout and like our high-end young players, superstar young players. It was insane. Insane. One case alone, we pulled 2 Mike Trout patch autos numbered to, I think one was to 50, one was to 20 or 25 or something. This is a nice hit for the Dodgers, a very nice hit for the Dodgers. Alex Verdugo, great young player in the Dodgers organization. Of course, the red parallel on top of that, numbered to 5. And I am a big fan of that hit. So congrats to the Dodgers on the nice auto to 5. Manny Machado sitting red. Gary Sanchez base refractor for the Yankees. Yeah, I don't think it was that they had too many Otanis in section. But, you know, you never know. You never know. But speaking of Otani, are you guys familiar with leaf in the game used? So, like a lot of times in the game used is for hockey. But there's also a leaf in the game used sports edition, which can be from, you know, a variety of sports. And they just sent out the pre-sale information on that not too awfully long ago. And they are guaranteeing, they're guaranteeing in each case that there is an Otani autograph. I think it's guaranteed that it's a relic autograph, if you can imagine. Another finest first moments, that one is Nick Williams for the Phillies. So it must be a low case run, because otherwise how could you promise that? Mazzara to 150 in the blue parallel for the Rangers. A nice little Chance Cisco rookie refractor for the Orioles. So, of course, you know, that in the game is supposed to come out in a week where there's a bunch of other stuff coming out, so I couldn't really load up on it. Ryan McMahon for the Colorado Rockies. But definitely I will have some of it. Of course, they're going to restrict how much we're allowed to buy anyway. You know, another one of our lovely allocated products. Andahar for the Yankees. Base rookie refractor. We'll get it out in a minute. Honestly, I don't know how anybody who was just starting out, no matter what, whether you're a breaker or if you own, you know, you were trying to buy a brick and mortar hobby shop, card store, local card store, I don't know how they would survive. Because these days, I mean, virtually every product has been allocated for the last 9 months or more. All the basketball was allocated. All of the 2018 football is being allocated. All of baseball last year, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, was allocated. All of baseball this year allocated. So basically, if you don't have a good sales history or a pretty strong sales history, you can't buy anything. Even if you want it, you can't buy it. There's nowhere to buy it. Unless, I guess, you could maybe go to, you know, one of the big online retailers, but they mark it up quite a bit. I guess if push comes to shove, you could get it from that, but it would be hard to make any money on it, I would think. So I don't know. I don't know how anybody that doesn't have a track record in the trading card business, I don't know how they buy anything these days. Oh, Dean, you're taking off tonight. You're not even going to wait and see if you get anything else? You got the White Sox, right? How come you're taking off on us, man? Hang out with us. We'll try to get you some good mojo. For the Mariners, a base refractor. There's a Carlos Correa Cornerstones. I see a little green coming around the edge. Reese Hoskins' Finest First Moments. And Santana /99 green parallel. Ryan Braun base refractor. And a Justin Bauer Cornerstones for the Marlins. Our signature here is Lucas Sims, a nice little rookie hit there for the Braves. You know, I was talking to my local card shop guy today and asking him if he needed any stuff that I could get for him. Because, you know, he used to be able to, back in the day, if you will, he used to be able to order extra stuff sometimes for me. You know, he would get sometimes a higher percentage of things than I would. So I would buy some from him, and then I'd buy some from my other distributors and things. Plus, I like to support local business, so, you know, it was a win-win. But then he started having trouble getting as much stuff as he needed, even for his store. So I didn't buy as much from him because he needed it for store inventory. And now they have been really raking him over and not even giving him hardly enough stuff to do anything with on certain releases. That is Benintendi numbered to 50 for the Red Sox. And then sometimes they'll give me weird allocations, like a case might have, that's a base refractor for the Orioles. A case might have, let's say, 12 boxes in it, and instead of, I may have asked for, let's say, 3 cases. Instead of giving me 3 cases, maybe they'll give me 2 cases and 2 boxes or something really strange. For the Marlins, we have a blue parallel to 150, and that is a Mike Anderson autograph. So in the past, I had always told them, you know, I don't want those loose boxes unless they make up at least half a case, most of the time. That was a Justin Turner base refractor. Every once in a while, depending on the product, I would take them and do, you know, 1 or 2 box breaks, like Gold Standard or something like that. But most of the time, I was just like, no. So I was talking to him. He was saying how little he was getting of some products, and so I said, hey, I've got some strange allocations coming up where I've got all these weird loose boxes. Do you want them? And he's like, yeah, I get them. I'll take them. So that just tells you right there how the industry has flipped. That he's been in business 20 years, so it's not like he's a fly-by-night, you know, popped up last year and who knows if it'll stay in business kind of store. Been in business 20 years and oftentimes can't even get enough product to satisfy what the people in the store want to buy, you know? That's bad. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, it's good, I guess, in that it means our hobby has really taken off to another level in the last few years. But it's bad in the fact that the guy's been in business for 20 years and they still won't sell him enough product to give him what he needs, you know? So I don't know. Good and bad of everything, I guess. There is a Shohei Ohtani base, just base rookie. I usually try to point those out if I see them go by. Elvis Andreas base refractor for the Rangers. Andrew Benintendi cornerstones for the Red Sox. And here's another pretty, stuck to the card behind it, A pretty gold parallel, Alex Bregman, Houston Astros, numbered to 50. I believe he hit a little walk-off, didn't he? Wasn't that last night? I want to say was. And maybe is that their 12th game in a row? Michael Fulmer, base refractor, Tigers. Manny Machado, cornerstones. Oh, another pretty gold. Numbered to 50 for the Cardinals, Sandy Alcantara. Yeah, I think it's Alcantara. It's probably not at all that. Okay, I know I say them wrong. But anyway, it's Sandy. It's to 50. It's for the Cardinals, and it's a nice hit. Obviously, signed, sealed, and delivered before he was traded. What were we opening the other night that he was in? Both. Wasn't he in something, both teams the other night? I thought he was. The Cardinals and then the Marlins. Wasn't it the Marlins he was traded to? I think it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dreaming that. But for sure, you can find the same player in for different teams in the same product quite often, actually. Josh Bell, cornerstones. Victor Robles, finest first moments. Molina, base refractor, Cardinals. Jose Abreu, cornerstones. And J.P. Crawford, nice little rookie refractor autograph for the Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies. Another sitting red. And that was a Robinson Cano base refractor. And that's our halfway point. So we have 4 boxes down, 4 to go. And our last case of finest. I can show you. It is that right there. I'm answering a question in chat. If you guys are watching the tape delay, you're like, why did you put that picture up there? Yeah, someone asked me in chat about thick card sleeves. So there you go. That's what you need. Those right there will handle just about anything. Actually, technically, it would probably even take a card slightly bigger than 130. It might even take one up to 150. But the ones it will not fit are like if you're opening, say, for instance, black gold. And black gold has those team symbols cards in them, where it has like a little metal NFL shield, or sometimes it's a little metal team logo or whatever embedded in the card. Those are too thick to go in the card sleeves. But most everything else will. Oh, Greg, do you have the Phillies tonight? Was that your J.P. Crawford? There's another Ohtani base rookie. You guys know I am the worst about remembering who has what team, because I cut and paste a lot of them, right? What do we have? 5 breaks tonight, so I would have put 150 teams or so in a spreadsheet, and I don't always remember who has what. Well, excellent. That's a good birthday hit for you, Greg, with your J.P. Crawford then. So the card mojo is working for your birthday. Chris Bryant, base refractor for the Cubbies. Cornerstones, Chris Archer. And our hit here is a nice little Brian Dozier to 99 for the Minnesota Twins. And now if you are Bills and Coins, I should have asked you this and I didn't. If you're talking about sending it off to be graded versus putting it in a top loader or something, I would send you in a different direction. Shohei Ohtani, that is finest first moment for the Angels. If you're talking about sending it off to be graded and you're going to put it in a semi-rigid holder, right? Not a top loader. That's numbered to 250. Matt Olson for the A's, purple parallel. Then I would use one of the side load sleeves, right? Where the card doesn't slide in from the top, it slides in from the side. Jose Ramirez, base refractor for the Indians. And a Cornerstones Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. Our autograph is a nice little rookie refractor for the Mets, Dominic Smith. And so if you were doing that, sending it off to be graded in a semi-rigid, then I would absolutely use the side load card sleeves. But outside of that, yeah, the standard. Sometimes I use the thick ones, even when a card would fit in the standard size sleeve. Sometimes I use the thicker ones anyway, just to make sure that the corners and everything cruise in without any problems. Now, cards like this, there'd be no need. I mean, they go right in there, but I'm talking about patch cards like what you referenced in your message there. Clayton Kershaw, base refractor for the Dodgers. Cornerstones, Ryan Braun. Numbered to 99, Chris Archer and the Tampa Bay Rays. Green parallel. See some more green. There's another Shohei, and that one, you got a pretty little Shohei refractor. I hit that only one other time, and I believe it was in the last case that we opened. The other, that's only 2 Shohei refractors out of 5 cases. The rest of them were plain. Numbered 250, we have a nice little parallel Cal Ripken die cut. So, of course, Finest Careers, that was our second die cut out of this case. So that is our last one that we're expecting to find in here. Sean Newcomb, green wave to 99 for the Braves. Another sitting red. And we have 3 boxes left to go. We've been through 5. We have 3 left. I like Finest. I know some people don't like it as much because the checklist is more narrow than it is with some products. But that's part of what I like about it, because you can you can more easily pull your hits for certain players because the checklist is a little bit smaller than many of the other Topps releases. So I like Finest for that reason. But that's also the reason that some people don't like it. So I've usually had pretty good luck with it. I mean, last year, gosh, we pulled Aaron Judge out of it like crazy. I was hoping we would pull as much Ohtani this year as we pulled of Judge last year. Ryan McMahon, that was a base rookie refractor for the Rockies. Cornerstones, Miguel Cabrera. Ramirez to 150. Blue parallel for the Indians. But so far, unless we find another one here, out of 5 cases, only 1 Ohtani autograph so far. Francisco Lindor, base refractor, also the Indians. Cornerstones, Buster Posey and the Giants. There's a nice little hit for the Indians as well. It is numbered to 99. It's the green parallel Mejia rookie autograph. Pills and Coins says he doesn't want it to happen, but have I ever cut my fingers opening a box of cards? You know, I have not, that I can ever think of, no. I'm more likely to get a paper cut, like trying to sort the invoices. You know, of course you I print out all of the invoices from eBay, and that is how I pack the cards. That's what I use as the packing list. And, you know, I check off stuff as I add it to the package and write the weight on it and just all my little internal tracking. And I've definitely given myself some paper cuts doing that. I've almost cut myself with the utility knife before, but but fortunately didn't. Cornerstone's Mike Trout. Every once in a while, that'll get a little happy and try to slip out of my hand. Dominic Smith, that is a Finest First Moments for the Mets. Marcus Stroman to 250. That's purple parallel for the Blue Jays. Yuli Gurriel, base refractor for the Astros. Cornerstone's Will Myers, Padres. And a Max Fried coming out for the Braves. You know what else I should tell you while I'm thinking about supplies? Not just you, Bills and Coins, but everybody. Ultra Pro sent out a memo, Jackie Bradley Jr. Base refractor, I don't know, probably a week or 10 days ago, something like that, and said that they are raising their prices. Because their price of plastic and whatnot's gone up. And I believe that it's set to increase for the top loaders and stuff. They're increasing it on like sometime around the 1st of September. But the other stuff, like sleeves and things that are not top loaders, all the other supplies, I think that stuff's increasing pretty soon. Like within the next month or so, maybe month or 45 days. Now, I don't know how soon that price increase will travel down the pipeline. In other words, distributors probably have a certain amount of it on hand. So whether or not they will wait to mark it up until they have to reorder it, or whether they will just mark up the older inventory that they have on hand the same day that Ultra Pro goes up, I don't know. But price increase is coming. So if you have any kind of supplies needs, I would stock up now. That'd be my advice. I actually keep a pretty good amount of stuff on hand, but I'm trying to create some extra space. Haha, that's like a joke, but trying to create some extra space in the area that I use for storage to stock up on cases of stuff myself, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to create the amount of room I want or not. But I'm going to give it a whirl. Chance Cisco to 150. That is the blue parallel. Oh, Bills and Coins, I tell you what, I can't operate very well with gloves. I need to be able to have the sensation. Hey, we did get a third case hit, a third Cal Ripken die cut. So how about that? Our one that was numbered to 50 was kind of like a little bonus. So we got, where we normally have 2, we got 3 Finest Careers die cuts. Chris Archer, Tampa Bay Rays, base refractor. Cornerstone's Matt Olson, followed by another hit for the A's. This is Dustin Fowler, rookie refractor autograph. Jose Altuve, base refractor, Houston Astros. Yeah, for me, I need to have the touch sensation, and I know with latex gloves and yada yada yada, you're supposed to still be able to this, that, and the other. It doesn't work very well for me. I'm much better not wearing gloves. I mean, granted, it would keep me from getting the paper cut. You're right about that. But as a whole, I don't operate nearly as well wearing gloves. Much more likely to have something go off the rails. Cornerstone's Joey Votto for my Cincinnati Reds. Ahmed Rosario, Finest First Moments. And a little Freddie Freeman, numbered to 250, purple parallel for the Atlanta Braves. And there's Pilar base refractor for the Blue Jays, Cornerstone, Salvador Perez, Kansas City Royals, and a second Mike Anderson coming out for the Marlins. Our first one was a parallel, maybe blue. Have to double check it when we recap. And that one, of course, just the basic autograph, no color on that one. Franco for the Phillies on that base refractor. Last box of the last case. So it's double last mojo. Let's work it. Of course, you know, we did hit the nice autograph to 5 earlier. We did get the extra die cut in our case. So we've had a decent case. A pretty good case. But it can be better. It can still be better. It can always be better. Like if we find a superfractor, for instance, in here, that would be better. So here's hoping, guys, that our last box of our last case has some fire in it for you. And gals, guys and gals. I'm just going to grab that right now because I see it sitting there. Base Ohtani. So we're going to be opening Series 2 pretty much the rest of the week, I think. We're opening it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not Saturday. Saturday I'm opening all like 1 and 2 box things and memorabilia. Then we're opening it again on Sunday, probably again on Monday. So we're going to be opening lots and lots of Series 2. So if that's your groove, come back and see me over the next few days because I'm going to be busy with it. Number to 250, Miguel Cabrera, purple parallel for the Tigers. Ahmed Rosario, rookie refractor for the Mets. Freddie Freeman, Cornerstones. And the St. Louis Cardinals hit a Jack Flaherty on a Finest First Moments parallel. So the Cardinals have had a couple of nice hits tonight. Of course, starting off with the Ozzie Smith, that made me happy. I told you guys I liked that being the first hit that we saw tonight because I like Ozzie Smith. Dave B, I have not pulled any superfractors out of Finest. Can you believe that? Yeah, I've not pulled one. I did pull a 1 of 1 out of Top Series 2 the other day. Of course, those aren't superfractors, obviously. But we pulled one of the Own the Name cards that's a 1 of 1 out of the back half of the last case of Jumbo that we finished up the other night. But yeah, I haven't pulled a superfractor in a bit, and normally I do pull some superfractors out of Finest, so I'm a little bit surprised that I didn't see any this year, but maybe we're just saving them up. We're saving them up for another set. Bryce Harper in a base refractor for the Nationals. Cornerstones, Noah Syndergaard, and the Mets. Verdugo, Finest First Moment, Dodgers. And we're coming to it. Andrew McCutchen, Giants, base refractor. Nolan Arenado, Cornerstones. Aw, how fitting. Last out is for my Cincinnati Reds, and it's Tyler Mahle. So we started out with a nice Ozzie Smith that made me smile, and we end up with Tyler Mahle for my Cincinnati Reds. That makes me smile too. Oh, yeah, I know. I was trying to get some last box, last pack mojo for us, bills and coins, but it did not work. We did not have our mojo tonight. Well, we kind of did. I mean, well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I'm happy to have seen the Tyler Mahle go through, but if you don't have the Reds, you're probably not. So we're looking at the Ohtani stuff just because I normally sort it out separately if I see it when it goes through. We did hit the nice refractor. Of course, the first one we looked at was base. This is the parallel finest first moments, and then a couple more base. So you ended up with 3 base, finest first moments, and a refractor for sure. There could be more base that are in there that I just didn't catch when we sorted through. One of 3 that we found tonight, Finest Careers die cuts, Cal Ripken Jr. There's the first one. Here was our bonus one in the case. This one numbered 250. And here's the third one. Of course, there are 10 of these in the set in its entirety. All of the Finest Career die cuts, 10 in total, but they're normally 2 per case. We got lucky and found a third. All of the purple cards that we're going to look at, like this one, are numbered to 250. All of the blue cards are numbered to 150. The green are numbered to 99. The gold to 50. We did not find any orange tonight at all. Well, I guess, yeah, no, we didn't find any orange, did we? Not even on our autographs, yeah. Now to recap our hits for the Cincinnati Reds, Tyler Mahle. Jack Flaherty for the Cardinals on the Finest First Moments insert. Mike Anderson, Miami Marlins, first of 2 that we hit for him tonight. Dustin Fowler, Oakland A's. Max Fried for the Braves. To 99 for the Indians, Mejia. 99 Green Wave, Sean Newcomb, Braves. Dominic Smith for the Mets. And then we have Dozier to 99 Green Parallel for the Twins. Crawford, rookie refractor autograph for the Phillies. For the Cards, numbered to 50, the Gold Parallel Alcantara. Here's our second Mike Anderson. Why did I say Brian? Our second Mike Anderson. It is Brian Anderson. I was right the first time. And then why did I think Mike? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Numbered to 150. It is the blue parallel Brian Anderson, which I said right the first time, then corrected myself incorrectly. How about that? Lucas Sims, rookie refractor autograph for the Braves. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. Here is the beautiful, beautiful red Alex Verdugo, numbered to 5 for the Dodgers on the Finest First Moments autograph or parallel insert. Woo! Insert. I'll get it right in a minute. The red parallel of the Finest First Moments insert. There we go. And then we have Woodruff coming out for the Brewers. And we started off tonight with our beautiful little Finest Hours case hit, Ozzie Smith and the Cardinals, numbered 250. And that has got us wrapped up for tonight. I am going to put up the spreadsheet one final time, just in case somebody jumped in the middle of this last break. I think that's about the only way you would miss it, is if you jumped in the middle of Finest, because it was up there a bunch tonight, right? But in case you did miss it, here is the info for the projected shipping dates for the various breaks tonight. And of course, there's also information on there about consolation cards. If you were in one of the free shipping breaks and you got skunked, take a minute there, read the info about the consolation cards so that you know how all of that works. And then a look again at what's coming up in the days ahead. As I mentioned, it's a lot of Series 2 coming up. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all Series 2 jumbo. Mixed in with it, you will find various autograph memorabilia, batting helmets, bats, football jerseys, baseball jerseys, basketball jerseys, you name it, it's in there. And a few box breaks as well of other products. And then Saturday, that whole, everything we're going to break on Saturday, that whole list there is all completely free shipping. So none of that's case breaks. It's all memorabilia and 2 box breaks and stuff like that. On Sunday, we'll do another mini helmet, some more football jersey, another football jersey, and some more Series 2. And on Sundays, when we'll flip from Jumbo to Hobby on Series 2. So that's got us covered for tonight. Once again, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you joining me, bidding and breaking and chatting with me. And I will be back at it tomorrow night. So until then, take care. We'll see you the next time. Bye-bye.